Okay, we have Candace on the left and Miguel Cabrera, who's a right-handed hitter and a really good one. On the right, I've flipped him around just to mirror image of the video so that we can compare side by side with Candace. Let's watch their swings here. And I would start by saying, Candace, I picked out a really good swing for you from the ones I had on file here. And my main point is if you can do this swing consistently, you're going to be in great shape. This is a really good swing. You're doing a lot of great things here. I know you've been working hard on your mechanics. I can see that. And I just want you to trust them and get comfortable with them, because if you can repeat this swing consistently, you're going to have a lot of success. Now, that being said, that doesn't mean there's not a couple of nitpicky things I can't give you a little bit of feedback on. So let's go through it here and start with the stance. You too, Miguel Cabrera. There we go. Okay, so the stance should be comfortable, and I'm not sure, but I think I might have given you feedback early on about relaxing your elbows, and they certainly look very relaxed. You can see Miguel Cabrera has his back elbow up. I do think getting your back elbow up a little bit later might help you a little bit, but I'll get to that. I think it's totally fine here in the stance. Your negative move, you don't have much of one. So if we look at your center of gravity, stance, negative move, it doesn't go back much. It doesn't need to go back much. I don't know that Miguel Cabrera's goes back much either. So as long as you have a little bit of load that you're comfortable with, the ideal in my book would be to go back just a hair more, but and it's a timing thing. But that's up to you. Okay. Toe touch. Really good position here. Your bat's flat and back, and as you get into heel plant, I would love to see, which is just a couple of frames later, I would love to see your bat going behind your head a little bit more, so that the barrel of your bat right here would point at the catcher's feet. Okay, see how Miguel Cabrera has a little bit more angle in his bat. It's a little bit taller to the ground, but it points down to the catcher's feet. To do that, I think you would probably get this back elbow up a little bit, maybe from here to here. And I think that'll give you more pop. I think that'll give you a little bit more power in your swing. But everything else looks great. You've got that front knee closed. The front toe is open slightly. It could maybe be open a little bit more. But when you open that front toe on the stride, you do not want to open that front knee. And I think you're doing fine here. Okay, as we advance and get into, I just want you to look at your back elbow. We want it to drop into the slot and stay in the slot next to the hip. And like Ashley's, your back elbow goes past the slot too far. It's hard to see with the jacket that you're wearing right there, but you can see your elbow here, and it goes past the hip, and it's leading a little bit too much as you get into connection. So you just see the difference with your back elbow here. Your back elbow's in there rather than staying right next to the hip at a more powerful position to impart force as you throw the bat through the zone. Okay, your bat is a little bit low here. You have a tendency to drop the barrel, and it's actually better on this swing than sometimes, and so I don't think it's too bad right here. But if you could keep the barrel up a little bit longer right in this section of the swing, maybe if you keep that back elbow back in the hip, maybe that makes that easier, and just work the hands. All right, as we go forward from connection here to bat lag, again, your barrel's down a little bit But you're in really good position to hit here. Look at the similarity between your lower half and Cabrera's lower half. Your eyes on the ball, your hands are really working. Everything looks good here. You go to contact and it looks fantastic. Okay, look at just really nice form. Now the only difference, and this is nitpicky, but you've got excellent palm up, palm down. Actually, here's a better one for contact. It went one frame too far. The only difference I would say is if you could get a little bit more forward thrust so that you come up on that back foot a little bit more like Cabrera does here, basically just rotating harder into that front leg. I think that would be ideal. But this is really good. And look at the extension through. Okay, you're starting to roll here, so you were able to stay completely palm up, palm down at contact here, which is really nice. You start to roll about 2 frames later, which we'd like it to be about 4 frames later. So your extension, you start to see a little roll, and it's fine. Follow through, you get the nice V in the arms, good extension, lower half looks good. You can see because of that forward thrust that Cabrera had here, that he's got a little bit of a tilt back here. Not in his, this is good, this is firm. Okay, if this is tilted back, then that's a collapsed backside. But the upper body tilted back like so just shows that he's really thrusting into that front leg and making power, which usually leads to that angle and sometimes even that foot rotating to the outside, away from the big toe. But that's every 11-year-old is learning to swing harder against their front side is certainly what I see. You really look great here, Candace. The follow through, good long arc with your follow through, and finish. Again, things I love: good weight distribution. Okay, good use of your lower half, really nice. Palm up, palm down at contact, and obviously you saw this ball well, your head's right on it. So great job. Keep up the good work. Keep working hard at staying on top of the ball. See if we can generate a little bit more power with a couple of very minor changes, and it's consistency is the challenge for all of us. So good luck with